Yeah. So the new unit, strategic management information systems. Yeah. The LO1 is the understand the links between the information systems and organizational strategy. Yeah. So can I
Yeah.
ask you your knowledge about the information system, and what do you mean by the strategy or the strategic management information system?
Yeah. So my understanding of that, a strategic management information system would be something like an enterprise resource management software that manages all the employees, the payrolls, holidays, all things like that. Something that is strategically important to a business operating. It could also be a billing system potentially, or a CRM, a customer relationship management system, that is quite vital or important to a business operating. So that's my understanding of a strategic information management system.
Anything extra by comparing the information system and strategic information system?
So I think a strategic one has significant importance. So maybe you would use that as maybe your long-term solution, or being able to scale. A standard system you might use for a specific goal, but it might not really be, it could be used as a quick fix, or just to solve a problem. It might not have a longer term, or a longer life.
That's one of the point, that the strategic management information systems are used for the long-term strategies. Yeah. And in addition to this, basically they are used to get the competitive advantages. Yeah.
Yep.
The competitive advantages within the organizations that we would be discussing, yeah, today, that what those competitive advantages can be. Yeah.
Yep.
So overall, this unit will give you the understanding of the importance of integrating organizational strategy with the information systems, and the tools and techniques that can be used to analyze the strategy. They will analyze the business processes and recommend improvements. Yeah. So overall, what I have tried to, uh, minimize the learning outcome, yeah, and the indicative content. Normally, they explain the links between the information system and the organizational strategy, evaluate the tools, and they can be used to analyze the organizational strategy, evaluate the framework for integrating information systems, and analyze the benefits to organizations of integrating our information systems and organizational strategy. I'm sorry to say, that in these indicative contents and assessment criteria, the things are always repeating, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that evaluate evaluate the framework for integration of information systems, and again analyzing the benefits of integrating information systems and organizational strategy. Yeah. So somehow there is a difference between the analyze and evaluate. Yeah. But overall, yeah, they are, we have to go through in a smooth way of, a chronological order of study. Yeah. There isn't any much, jumping of the terms like, information systems, the, I mean, like over here, they are explained here. Then strategy is different from integrating, the strategy, organizational strategy, and the uh, those terms related with organizations, they are somehow, they need us, I mean to say, they need a sequence of, topics basically. Here, the topics are, most of the time they are mixed up and jumping, isn't it? You must have noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And hardly you would find any, a recommended book, yeah, which could go through the sequence of these learning outcomes, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. It'll require a few books.
Yeah, few books. So now let us, go through a smooth study, yeah, of the, uh, this unit, and then, we will be able to see which terms we have completed and which, terms needs a further, discussion. Yeah. So
Yep.
overall, in every information systems, books, other units, there is a talk about the data and information. Yeah. So whatever the data is being used within the systems, yeah, is normally the raw facts, yeah, and just piece of information. And when we need to process it, and then, it becomes a useful information, isn't it?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So these simple concepts, you already know, but let's, go through simple concepts that how we come into the existence of the information systems. Yeah.
Yep.
Then it is more important that valuable information should have some characteristics, that it should be accurate, complete, economical, flexible, reliable, relevant, simple, timely, verifiable, accessible, and secure. Yeah. I hope
Yep.
these terms, you can understand by, easily, that it should be accurate, there shouldn't be mistakes, it should be complete, and, it shouldn't be the case some missing information should be there. Economical, like it should be easy to manage. For example, if you are using, the number of papers and ledgers and the manual files, they much may be more costly, but, using a data and the storage is cheaper, isn't it? Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Flexibly you can use it and you can rely on it. Yeah. And obviously, when you need to see any data, you will get relevant data. It won't be the case that maybe you need to look at the drawer or office cabinet, lots of, the files. And obviously you need a simple, you need a, on the time basis. It shouldn't be the case that you need, for example, some time, 5-10 minutes to find a particular file from particular cabinet, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah.
Verifiable, obviously, quickly verifiable. Wherever the data is stored, you can get it. Accessible, easily accessible, everything at your, fingerprints in mouse, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. As well as secure, like, if data, is kept into the office, and if it is in the cabinets, then may not be secure, for example. Yeah. And somebody can use the key to access it, but if it is in your computer and if it is a password protected, then it's, you are 100%, sure that no one can access it, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So the characteristics of the valuable information, then obviously you get it through a system. Yeah. uh, System is basically, the computer. Yeah. Or use of, more computer hardware equipments using input may be the keyboard like a scanners or anything else. Then you process it. Then outputs, you use it on the screen. You get it printed, you get it stored on the hard drives for permanently, and, even, online storage, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
So let us look at the normal information system definition. Set of interrelated elements or components that collect, means give the input, manipulate, and disseminate the output data and information, and provide a feedback mechanism to meet an objective. Yeah. So objective is like for storing the data we discussed in the previous slide. Yeah. So whenever we needed that information, then we had an objective to keep the data, for example, accurate, complete, economical, flexible, blah blah blah, isn't it? Yeah.
That's right, yes.
So IS, pronounced as a separate letters. Normally you say IS, that information system. Yeah. You never say like is, isn't it?
That's right, yeah.
A short form for information systems are information services. For many companies, IS is the name of the department responsible for computers, networking, and data management. Yeah. Other companies refer to the department as IT. Yeah. And MIS as well. Yeah. So
Yep.
what I believe that information system is really a general term. However, it is correct to say that IT system or IT services or the information services is really the same name given to the information systems, isn't it?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, because overall it's a set of interrelated elements, components. You use the hardware, software, people, network in order to store, manipulate the information. Yeah.
Yep.
So very general term, isn't it?
That's
Yeah.
right, yeah.
So how you do like in this way, input, process, output. Yeah. So you know well that what could be the input and processing and outputs. Yeah. I would
That's
be
right.
going through just quickly. Yeah. Then obviously manual versus computerized system. So manual system is still widely used. Yeah. For example, some investment analysts manual draw charts and trends lines to assist them in making investment decisions. Means, for example, it's not uh, investment analyst or for a quick you know within the quick meetings, people still use the the analyst or any investment or any analyst can still, they have the capabilities to draw the things uh, you know to get the quicker advantage, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah. Computer systems, the above trends lines can be drawn by the computer. So obviously, whatever the experts or analysts want try to draw, and the same lines could be done through the computerized lines. Evolution is that many computer systems began as manual systems, directory assistance. So they started from converted. It used to be 411 kind of directory systems, but now the things have been changed entirely from manual systems to the computerized systems now, totally, isn't it? Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
So information systems basically is another name of the computer-based information systems. Yeah. So it used to be termed as a computer-based information system because they give a name. They gave a name explicitly because information systems could be a semi-manual, semi-automatic as well. Make sense?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. But then when it came to the computer, then they said, okay, yes, let us say that it's a computer-based information system. So obviously, it uses the hardware, software, in normally that operating system and the hardware, but you use the databases in order to store the, uh, you know, uh, your information data. Are you able to listen there? Hello? Okay, take your time. Yeah. Hello. Hello.
Apologies.
Hello. No worries. Yeah. I think your connection was dropped.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't realise my VPN was on, so I disconnected so that my internet connection would be faster,
Okay.
and I didn't realise it dropped me off, so apologies.
No worries. Yeah. It's fine. Yeah. So, like I was explaining that the information systems were given a name with a computer-based information system. Yeah. So every time when we say information system, so it's softwares as well as the databases and telecommunication, people and procedures. So all together, so they manipulate, store, and process the data. Yeah, and it's basically the shared information or shared resources, isn't it?
That's right, yeah.
So I'm sorry, these are very basic terms, but these terms are the part of the syllabus, yeah. And we need to discuss something, that basically the information system deal with these things, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah. So hardware, software, we know already: database, telecommunication, network, intranet, and internet, yeah, and people and procedures. Now we come to the types of the information basically. Yeah. So do you have any idea about the types of the information systems?
Um, just just used for different business functions. So, for example, billing, customer relationship management, HR, enterprise, things like that.
Okay. So yeah, it's not only the different business management systems, yeah, like in the business or organization like HR, payroll, and these things, but it also extends to from organization point of view, from the management point of view, from the technical point of view as well, because it's not only related with the business, but it's related with more out of business as well, like if we talk about the expert system, yeah, then it comes under the artificial intelligence, yeah.
Hmm.
So let us see that how, according to which dimensions the information systems are given the classification. It's very interesting to know, yeah,
Hmm.
that it somehow cannot give you a fixed classification, but let us see how it can help. So from the organizational dimension point of view, yeah, when you say that information system could be designed from the organizational dimension, that's one of the dimensions. So let us see how these information systems are part of organization. They will have the standard operating procedures and culture of the organization embedded within them. This involves functional specialties, business processes, culture, political interest groups. So looking at the organization point of view, it could be one type of the one dimension of the information system. Yeah.
Yep.
Another one is the management dimension, because the management dimension means managing the things. Yeah. It's not only necessary that the management may be done into the organization. Do you agree?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right.
Management could be done into anything else. Yeah. Which could be personal or which could be entertainment, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Entertainment or many some other uses as well. Yeah. So from the management point of view, the managers perceive business challenges in the environment. Information system supply tools, yeah, and information needed by the managers to allocate, coordinate, and monitor their work, make decisions, create new products, services, and make long-range strategic decisions. So management within the business as well as management of anything, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, because management, I don't want to, remove the word business from this, but business is, the one kind of major thing, but it could be used to take the managerial things, yeah, done, yeah.
Yep.
So then the technology dimension point of view, uh, when the management uses the technology to cut out their functions, it consists of the computer hardware, software, data management technology, networking team technology. It's one of the many tools managers use to cope with the change. Yeah. So when it comes to the usage of the technology, yeah, and you want the best functions to be carried out by the with the use of the technology, then you still you know give it a category as well.
Yep.
Make sense? uh, uh, you know when you think about, let's say something is done within an organization which is taking time, for example manually, then when you try to give it a technological solution, yeah, then it it replaces the manual thing with the technology. So that's also the perspective, a kind of, yeah.
Yep.
So let us further go into the types now. Yeah, so those were the kind of dimensions uh, you know which relate with the types of information. Now let us go to the actual types of the information system. So one, with the transactions, yeah. So the transaction processing systems are the information system that processes the data resulting from the occurrences of business transaction, yeah. So their objectives are to provide the transaction in order to update the records and generate reports to perform the storekeeping function, one of them. And which used to be, the transaction is performed in two ways, that like a batch processing or the online transaction processing, billing, payroll, stock control system, and these things, they relate with the transactions, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah.
What do you mean by the batch processing?
So batch processing is typically used for large transactions. So maybe if a company was sending, if an energy supplier, for example, was sending a bill, they could run the batch during the night when the systems are not working as hard or not being used, and they can then produce all the bills once all the data is ready.
Yeah. So it's a kind of uh, the joint operations as well. Can we say the joint operations is a batch processing?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, which includes the interrelated operations and all together, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. It requires it's where it collects all the data and then processes it all at the same time.
Same time into the batches as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a old term as well. Yeah, the batch processing, like bunches of processing. Well, so overall, transactions is a kind of monetary terms, and when we talk about the blockchain and the transactions within the bitcoins and the cryptocurrency, maybe one kind of it, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So it's a big topic again, the blockchain and the cryptocurrency. But maybe this could be one of the field of the transaction processing system, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay. Then management information system itself now. So Even the transaction processing system is, a kind of, the management information system, but management is more related with the organization. Yeah. However, the transaction processing is a kind of specialized, the information system which could be a part of the organization, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. This does more management information's
Yeah.
more
Yeah. So
analytics, isn't it?
yeah. So if we try to look at this, then the, let's say, MIS would be the organization oriented, for example. And when we say that technology dimension, then the transaction processing would be supporting, the number of, operations and number of transactions itself. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. From the three dimensions point of view. Yeah.
Yes.
Then, so the management information system is designed to take relatively raw data available through the transaction processing systems and converting them to a summarized and aggregated form of the manager, usually in a report form, blah, blah, blah. So, sales management system, human resource management system, or, the uh, inventory management system, or payroll management system, yeah, are the examples of, MIS, which are, which could give you the some reports, on demand report, ad hoc reports, exception reports, any report which you need, yeah, for the processing within an organization for the management point of view. But at this level, yeah, there is no any many, the decision things involved. So like a normal fillet system, which is only giving you the processed information in the form of reports. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
So if we want to differentiate in between the types of the information systems, yeah, then we need to look at the nature. So let us fix this MIS, yeah, at the a kind of static information system, for example, yeah, for a while. Then decision support system, yeah. So the decision support system is basically supported for the, a kind of additional capability, yeah, which could give a decision making capability. So decision support system is an interactive, yeah, a dynamic
Yep.
information system that provides information models or data manipulation tools to help in making the decision in a semi-structured or unstructured situation. That's one of them. Decision support system comprises tools and techniques to help in gathering relevant information and analyze the options and alternatives. The end user is more involved in creating decision support systems than in MIS. Yeah. So the MIS, like I said, it's a static one. Yeah. And the decision support system is the interactive one, the dynamic manipulation of the data to give the analysis as well as the alternative options to the end user. Yeah. So for
Yep. Yep.
example, financial planning system or bank loan management system. Yeah. So previously the loan system, when it used to be the manual, then people used to ask you, the banks used to ask you your financial, position, and then your existing, the loans that you have taken, for example, and then they used to grant your loans. But nowadays it's a, matter of seconds. They just check the, you know credit history, and quickly take the decisions, isn't it?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So now the, the nature of the information system is changing from static to the dynamic. Yeah. And which one was the first one? First one was the, again a type which was related with the specialized, type of operations, which is the transactions. Yeah.
Yeah.
So static and the, specific and, the dynamic. And fourth one is, let's say, the expert systems. Yeah. So uh, will you be able to see the say the difference between the decision making and the expert systems?
So what was it? Sorry, what was that? What was the
The
first?
decision making and, the expert systems.
Okay. So decision making systems, I see as systems. So for example, uh, I'll, uh, I'll use an energy network. If there's a fault somewhere on a cable, then the decision management system can then automatically reroute power to different customers if a line went down, for example, or it will do some network reconfiguration when there's some voltage issues. So that's what a decision management system can do. Um, an expert system, I would see, is more something that's bespoke or niche to do a particular task. Yes, that focuses on a particular task.
Okay. So basically, the decision support system would be giving you a help in analyzing as well as alternative options, that what you can do. Basically, it can help you analyze the options and alternatives, that what you can do. And obviously, that you will have a kind of final threshold, and the system itself can take the decision as well. Yeah, depending on the alternatives. But expert systems are being tried to mimic, copy the behavior of knowledge application of a human, where the humans try to solve the problems based on human capabilities. Then you make the expert systems. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
For example, if you need a medical expert system, then the medical expert system would be considered as online doctor. Yeah.
Mhm.
Then probably the system would ask you to select the number of systems you have. Yeah. And the way that medical doctor would decide the medication for you, in the same way, by looking at the options and the inference, engine and the inference rules. Yeah, the expert system would advise you a kind of expert advice based on the expert knowledge. Yeah.
Okay.
So what you need to do, you need to get the expert knowledge. Yeah.
Mhm.
In advance, you try to create the inference rules. Yeah. The rules that how an expert would apply. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then the decision as an expert would be given. And obviously, like a decision support system, for example. Yeah. uh, can be a part of the expert system, where the options and the alternatives would be generated. Yeah. But the how an expert would give the solution would be supported, and independently, a system would be called an expert system. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So because there are more applications of the expert system than the decision support system. So the decision support systems may be working as a, the a kind of managerial support system, yeah, where the managers and, they can, quickly decide on the two factors. For example, if the, if the sale is low, for example, then the price of the product should be reduced, for example, yeah, so that they could get, the more, more number of customers. And if the sale is high, yeah, then probably, they would be increasing the profit margin and the price of the item, and, until the sale reduces, that the number of clients reduces, isn't it?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So they could be, done very with the quick and, the easy rules to be implemented. However, the expert systems, is the decision, you know criteria, because we know that if, for example, the experts know that if we will reduce the price, then we will catch the more, customers, yeah, and if we will increase the price, then, we will, reduce the number of customers. So that is basically the thinking of the human behind, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
which the normal computer, the decision support system itself cannot decide, isn't it?
Hmm.
Yeah. So expert system, works in this way. So expert systems include the expertise in order to aid the managers in diagnosing the problems are in problem solving. These systems are based on the principles of the artificial intelligence research. Yeah. So
Hmm.
expert systems is a knowledge-based information system. So you need to give the knowledge initially. Like I said, you need to study all the medical knowledge, all the medical, symptoms, and it's, the remedies. Then you can create it. So it uses its knowledge about a specify or to act as an expert consultant to users. So consultancy, could be from the medical expert, or consultancy could be, made from in any other area as well. For example, the solicitors, or there are any problems or any, uh, consultancy in, for example, uh, the geological experts, yeah, the geological experts, they do the research on, for example, uh, discovering where they can find the reservoirs of the oil, yeah, and the natural resources, and based on the data they can take the decisions, isn't it?
Yep. Yep.
So there is a knowledge base, and the software modules are the components of an expert system. These modules perform inference on the knowledge and offer answers to users' questions. So it's a complete, basically, research area, one of the research area in the artificial intelligence. Yeah.
Yep.
So like, now we come to the, further generalization of the information systems. So the information systems itself could be financial, operational, or strategic. So previously we discussed the types of the information systems. Yeah. From the three, dimensions. So the dimensions, took you towards the different areas to be used. Now we are further, minimizing the use of information system now. Yeah.
Hmm.
So we generally discuss, the type of information systems. So like we discussed, the decision support system, management information system, transaction processing system. Now we are further, now on the management information system now. So management information systems, they focus on, the financial things, yeah, and operational and strategic now. Yeah, so how financial things? So like in the financial things, we normally use as a computerization of the accounting, budget, finance, operations of an organizations. Make sense?
Hmm.
Yeah. They are similar and ubiquitous in all organizations because the computer has proven to be ideal for the mechanization and control our financial systems. They include like a payroll and all other financial concerns. Yeah, operational one, they help in the operations of the organization, like supply chain management and the production and other things. Okay, then strategic systems are those systems that link the business and the computer strategy basically. Yeah, they are the system where new business strategies has been developed and they can be realized using information system. Furthermore, they are used to get the competitive advantage. Yeah, so we will be discussing next on the competitive advantage. Yeah, so is it okay that the overall the information systems are classified according to the organization point of view, yeah, or management point of view, or the technology point of view? Then the some of the options, MIS, decision support, and expert systems, for example. Furthermore, the more the MIS could be the financial, operational, and strategic. And now we are going to discuss the further into the strategic one. Yeah.
Yep.
Somehow there is a overlapping of the types, but we don't mind, and unfortunately it's not in our control that we could give exact category, and we could not say the types of the information system independently, isn't it? You must be thinking that the some of the features might be existing into one and other, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, but we leave as it is. Yeah, and we further, our main idea is about the information system for the strategic purposes. Yeah, so the strategic information system are the information system that are developed in response to the corporate business initiative. They are intended to give the competitive advantage to the organization. They may deliver a product or service that is at a lower cost, that is a differentiated, that focuses on a particular market segment, and is innovative. SIM helps businesses and organizations categorize, store, purchase, and transfer the information they create and receive. It also offers the tools for helping companies apply metrics and analytical tools, blah blah blah. So now let us see what are the basically competitive advantage. Yeah, the main thing is that the information systems normally we use for general computing uses. That's the one thing. Yeah. Then the when it comes to the competitive use of information system, then they become the strategic management information systems. So let us see how they are being used, and what are the competitive advantages. So one competitive advantage is that deliver a product or service at a lower cost. Yeah. So for example, like we said, that if we will reduce the cost of the item, then we will get more number of clients, more number of customers. Make sense? Is that true?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
So that's basically the competitive advantage. One of the competitive advantage the organization or the company would try to get it. So this does not necessarily mean the lowest cost basically. Yeah. It's not case that that, for example, if you are putting the price very low, which is never worth to sell. Yeah, and you will not be getting a good amount. Even for example, there is no competitor, and without any reason you are selling the item at very low price. However, even you could make more profit on it, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
So you have to make a strategic decision. Yeah, you need to make a strategy. Yeah, that how you want the you can get the competitive advantage. So one of the competitive advantage is within the organization that deliver a product at a lower cost. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So uh, let us move to the second point. Yeah, because the first line is sufficient and generally we discuss. Deliver a product or service that is differentiated. So giving a differentiated product means a unique product. The addition of unique features to a product or service that are competitive, attractive in the market. So how you can get it? Obviously, with the use of the information system, you should be able to, produce, and you should be able to get such features, uh, you know, uh, to the product or service so that they will be, you know, good enough. Make sense?
Yep, yep.
Yeah. So the strategic systems help customers to perceive that they are getting some extras for which they will willingly pay. Yeah. So differentiated product is basically, like buy one get one free, isn't it?
Yes, yes,
Sometimes,
that.
yeah, one of the feature, yeah, differentiated, and but not only the offer, but obviously the different the product which is really different from anyone else. Yeah, so that's another one is the cost. Yeah, that you think about it, you need to lower the cost, not the lowest cost. And another thing is the differentiated cost that you need to offer. Yeah. Third one is the focus on a specific market, segment or niche. The idea is to identify and create a market niches that have not been adequately filled. Yeah. So information technology is frequently able to provide the capabilities of defining, expanding, and uh, filling a particular niche or segment. The application would be quite specific to the industry. Yeah. So you need to know where is basically the need. Yeah. That you need to, fulfill a particular need. Yeah, where is the demand
Yeah.
basically? Yeah, and where is where you need you can do better, where you cannot do better. So that would give you a kind of strategic planning furthermore, isn't it? Yeah. So
Yep.
the cost, and the differentiation of your product, and where your product can fit, and where is your market basically. Yeah. So you need
Mm-hmm.
to find it. And then innovation. Yeah, innovation is that you come up with some kind of innovation, like a develop a product or service through the use of computers that are new and appreciably from other available offerings. Examples of this are automatic credit card handling at service stations and automatic teller machines at banks. Such as innovation approaches not only give a new opportunities to attract the customers but also open up entirely new fields of businesses so that their use has very elastic demand. Innovation, any innovation, like the cards and the, let's say, contactless, these things, they are the innovative, but maybe there could be more things into it, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For example, innovation, can you give any example of the any more innovation in order to attract the customer?
Self-driving cars.
Self-driving cars.
Yeah.
You mean the driverless car?
Yeah, driverless car. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, but that would be that the specific industry of the car, but creating an innovation into the existing and any system. That's main point. So for example, whatever the company you have, obviously, for example, you are not dealing with the car. If you are selling the items of let's say children toys. Yeah. So the children toys, your price should be lower. You should have differentiated toys, for example, organic products and other things. And then where you want to sell those products, for example, and what innovation is in the toys. For example, the toys may have more innovation, yeah, and looking the colors or anything else extra. So make it innovative basically, yeah. So that's the thing of the competitive advantage into you know uh, to get the competitive advantage with the help of information system indeed, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was about the first introductory LO today, yeah. And we have tried to discuss in general lots of things, that how information system and itself organization is organizational strategy involved. So obviously the strategic uh, you know organizational strategy is used for getting the competitive advantage, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you analyze the market, you use certain tools and techniques, yeah. And furthermore uh, tools and techniques, and there are SWOT analysis, and these things we will be discussing in more detail in the next LO, yeah. And uh, today's session was a kind of the general one, like we discussed how information systems, where they are used in supply chain management, or the different perspectives where you need the information system at the, let's say, just the as a use of computer, yeah. And when you use the information system at the decision making, then it becomes the a kind of extended one, yeah. And general categories are the we discussed the strategic, and the operational, and which one was the third one, and the financial one, yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So that's sufficient for today, and I would see you a week after then, yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
So I'll
Yeah.
see you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks and after the Halloween, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. And you know I wish you all the best for your holidays in the Scotland, yeah. And see you after your holidays, yeah.
Thank you. All
All
right.
right,
Thank
thank
you.
you and bye.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
cheers. Bye.
Bye.